Congratulations on the successful listing. We've been looking at the numbers. You've had your phone. You're looking at the numbers. Your assessment so far as the CFO of the first few minutes of trading?
I'm very happy with what the market has been very supportive of us, not only from our the placement in the international tranche, but also from the retail tranche. I think the customers, our investors are very recognizing the future prospect of the company. I think that's a very positive sign.
What's it tell you about the Hong Kong exchange, this being the first major fintech, obviously, to list here, and also about where the trends in consumer shopping and in insurance products is going in China?
Well, I think internet has changed a lot. We have seen that how it changed in the retail customer. It was the big e-commerce platforms being built out. At the same time, we can see the online payments, or even Alipay and the others. I think this has always been the innovative and also revolving in the market. So I think insurance is the next step. For us, we've been built out as a DNA with the internet genetics. So therefore, we're able to match that and also provide that kind of service.
Now, you have high demand, obviously. This was well oversubscribed, as you said. But it also comes with a very high valuation. So what do you have to deliver in the next coming years to maintain the justification to pay that high premium?
Well, I think a lot of our investors are recognizing the future growth of the company. So therefore, from our own point of view, we will definitely see that, from our business development, not only further developing our 5 ecosystem, both in depth and breadth. At the same time, we're also expanding in our technology side, because that's a very core to our business. At the same time, we can export it to our other peers in the industry.
Do you need to go beyond just the travel and leisure sector into consumer finance?
Yes.
What's the mix going to be like in 5 years?
Well, right now we have 5 ecosystems. Previously, it's the lifestyle consumption and also for the travel. But now we're expanding further into health, auto insurance, at the same time consumer finance. These 5 ecosystems will be more balanced in the future, looking at different compositions. I think will be very different from the traditional P&C company, where they have only auto representing 70 to 80% of their GWP.
Can you give me an indication of the path to profitability or the return to profitability? I know you launched in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. You had a narrowing of net income, but 17, UBS, others predicting a loss. So are you still in the high investment period right now?
Right.
You're going to incur losses on the bottom line for a few years?
Well, I think for 2017 and maybe 2018, we will continue to see a loss because we'll continue to expand very rapidly in terms of our development of our system. At the same time, we'll be hiring more of the technology people, because that's the core to the operation. But I think we're also able to manage our overall costs in the future, because in terms of our direct costs, indirect costs, we will see that kind of economy scale coming up.
Now, I see that 81% of premiums in 2016 came from just 5 online partners. Most of them are like the BAT companies, which are your cornerstone investors as well. But oftentimes these main platforms, whether it's Ctrip or Taobao and others, they charge very high fees, right? So how are you going to get those fees down and get your margins improved there?
If you look at the top 5 right now, for this year, it has reduced down to a little bit above 50%. So there's a quick, substantial reduction.
Because it was 66 in the first quarter.
Right.
So you've got it down even further.
Yeah, this is a little bit over 50%. I think that is because mainly contribute to the fact that we have added more of the other ecosystem partners to our platform. At the same time, we have added other our own systems and also our platforms. So that's helped us to reduce that. But I think, from my own point of view, we want to provide our service and our products to customers more, in the different scenarios and also different environments.
Right, so I know you talk about those 5 areas, and you're going to be broadening the mix, the revenue mix as well. But for the profit mix going forward in the next 5 years, do you expect most of the returns really to come from investments or underwriting?
I think underwriting will contribute a great portion in the future, because we are focusing on the more bigger ticket items like the health products, auto, and also the consumer finance. These will generate higher revenue. At the same time, they're also more profitable as compared to the other small ticket items. So from our underwriting profit, we will see that coming in the future. Of course, investment will be also a strong contribution. So we're confident in the future we will be profitable.
Now, we've talked a lot about the cornerstone investors, including there's Jack Ma, there's Pony Ma, there's Peter Ma of Ping An, and then there's SoftBank as well. How do you see your service fitting into the competing ecosystems of Tencent and Alibaba?
Well, I think we're not really competing with them. If you look at Alibaba and Tencent, they're more like a platform. They want to provide different services and products to their customers. So we're one of the provider on that. And I think in order for us to be more competitive and also able to maintain our position in that is how we're going to able to extend our products and also the service that we can provide to our customers.
Too early to start talking about M&A opportunities to grow even bigger or even overseas?
I think, yeah, a little bit too early to talk about that, but we'll definitely look at how we're going to further develop our market in China first, and then we'll look at how we can step out of China.
How are you integrating AI into fraud protection as well and building up the trust factor? How important that is? Because you can insure just about anything if you go on the website, whether it's, oh, I lost my mobile phone, I have it insured. How do you get that trust factor and protect against fraud?
Well, right now, if you look at the number of policies we have underwritten so far, is 7.2 billion policies. That is a lot of information we gather from these kind of activities and this business. So therefore, we're able to use that big data, help us to use our artificial intelligence to further develop our products and also within our pricing. At the same time, we can find out the risk factors in the different products. I think that's very helpful in terms of how we're going to further develop that.
You're a numbers guy. The last number I had, 492 million customers. How many do you have right now? What's your goal the next couple of years?
Well, from our point of view, it has already increased over 500 million. In terms of numbers, it's not at the most essential because you look at the netizens in China, it's very, very high. But at the same time, we want to develop more policies to our customer, per customer. Right now, it's only about 10 policies per customer. We want to develop that more because we have more products. At the same time, we want to make sure that per customer, the premium will be higher. Last year is 9.9 RMB. We want to extend it higher. So this is the growth factors coming in.